Hey guys, this is the review for our last week of our Play of the Hand class. You've now learned everything you need to know about Play of the Hand, and we're going to put some kind of final touches on it this week that have to do mainly with thinking about how to execute your plan once you've decided what your plan needs to be. So I want to first go back and talk about what we've been talking about all through the class, which is making a plan. That's the essence of this class. That's what you're learning in this class is making a plan. And so the first thing, obviously, assess the situation. What's our goal? How many tricks are we sure we have? And so how many do we need to get? And depending on whether we're in a suit contract or a no trump contract, depends on how we assess our tricks. If we're in a no trump contract, we count our winners because we're going to be developing winners. If we're in a suit contract, we count our losers because we look to getting rid of our losers. So the first part of it, we're coming up with how many tricks do we need to add to what we already have in order to make our goal. And so the next portion of this is the browse the checklist part. And we spent time studying this. No matter how advanced you get in bridge or how, clever you are with studying things, there's really only 4 ways to come up with these new tricks. Finesses, promotion of high cards in a suit, length of a suit, getting to cash your lower cards in a suit, and then trumping and dummy. So these are the 4 ways that you can find extra tricks in order to meet your goal. And then the last part is considering the order. And some of the things that we've learned about considering the order are usually you draw your trump first. We're going to discuss today about sometimes when you don't draw trumps first. And we've already learned at least one time when you don't draw trump first. We've learned that in order to maximize the efficiency of playing a suit, we play the high card from the short side first. That helps us avoid transportation problems. The next thing is usually we need to develop our tricks early because if we cash all our high cards, then the opponents could get in with littler cards that they're not really entitled to have. So that's one thing. And then be in the right place at the right time. This is sometimes hard. This is where you need to look down the road at what you need to do and where you need to be to get that done, and making sure that you have entries in each place so that you can get done what you need to get done. So that's in a nutshell what play of the hand is. So today we're going to look first in chapter 7 at the summary of chapter 7, which is on page 272. Because the last 2 chapters we have left are chapter 7, which is managing the trump suit, and then chapter 8, which is putting it all together, which is kind of like the considering the order thing. So on managing the trump suit, really what it's talking about here is, do you draw trump or do you not draw trump? We've already learned that you don't draw trump if you need to trump in dummy, which is one of the ways that we develop extra tricks. And you can't afford to take those trump away until you've used them to trump in dummy. So that's one time when you would not draw trump first. In the summary, it tells us that basically we can draw trump first, and we usually do draw trump first if we have no more losers than we can afford. If we're playing 4 hearts or 4 spades and we have 3 losers, then usually we don't need to develop more, so we can just go ahead and draw our trump and then lose whatever losers we have to lose. We usually also can draw trump even if we have more losers than we can afford to have, but we can draw the trump without giving up the lead. So if you have the ace, king, queen of trump, even though you have more losers that you need to get rid of, if you don't have to give up the lead of your trump first, usually you can draw the trump first. And then the last one is if you have more losers than you can afford, but don't have too many quick losers. So that means your losers are slow. They, you have the ace and king of a suit, and you may be losing the third or fourth trick in a suit. The quick losers are when the opponents have the ace or the king small, and so they can take something right away, particularly the ace, and so you lose control of the suit. And then it mentions when you need to delay drawing trumps, or if you have to give up the lead and you've got too many losers, so that's a problem. Or if you need the trump on the short side to trump or to develop an entry over there. And so you can't draw all your trump because you would be drawing them off the board at the same time you're cashing them in your hand. And if you need to get to the dummy in order to finesse in your trump suit, you can't just draw the trump first. You have to lead and go over to the dummy first in order to finesse. So those are the times when you would not lead trump first, but usually what we do is lead trump first, but that's all part of your making a plan, part of your assessment. So I want to look at several deals that illustrate this, whether or not you draw trump first and how you decide what you do. And so the first one of these is on page 282. Page 282. This is one where the dealer is north. And if we look at the north hand, they've got 7 high card points plus 1 for length, so they're going to pass. Oh, excuse me, north. North is going to pass. They've got just 3 high card points. Then east, it's east bid next. East is going to, has 19 high card points plus 2 for length. So they're going to bid 1 diamond. 1 diamond with that hand. They have a nice long diamond suit, very good hand, about as big a hand as you can have and not open 2 clubs. South has 7 points plus 1 extra for length and hearts, and they've got a pretty good heart suit. So that hand could overcall 1 heart. Some of the reasons that, for an overcall, we need to have at least 8 points, which they do. We need to have a good 5-card suit headed by 2 of the top 3 or 3 of the top 5. And we need to have more points inside the suit than outside the suit. That's really the reason why the book does not recommend overcalling 1 heart with that hand, because you've got that ace outside the suit. So this hand is a bare minimum overcall, first of all. And secondly, with that ace of diamonds, it does have some defensive values. And so that's why they don't overcall it here. But it wouldn't be a terrible mistake if you overcalled 1 heart with that hand. So east is bid 1 diamond, and let's say south passes. Then west has 10 high card points plus 1 for length. They do not have a 4-card major, which is usually our priority. If our partner is open to minor suit, we want to name a 4-card major. They don't have one. Their hand is not that flat either, because we prefer to go to no trump next if we could, if we were balanced. If this hand were more balanced, we'd like to bid 2 no trump, which is 10 to 12. 1 diamond, 2 no trump, it's 10 to 12 points. But that's not really a good bid either. So the best bid we can make with this hand is 3 diamonds. That shows support for the diamond suit and 10 to 12 points, which is what this hand has. Then north is still passing. Then it comes back to east. East has 21 points. They know their partner has at least 10 or 11 points. So they're above 30 points. They're at least 31, 32 points. That is in slam range. If you're at 33 points, that's definite slam. 31, 32, it's close. there's really no way to go back and forth and ask anything. You could bid for no trump to ask for aces, to make sure that your partner has at least one ace. So you could do that, or you could just bid 6 diamonds. The book recommends bidding 6 diamonds. Personally, I would probably bid for no trump first, because why not? If partner is missing an ace, which partner could be missing an ace, then you're missing 2 aces. It's really hard to make a slam missing 2 aces, because they're just going to cash their aces if they can get in their hand. So no matter how you get to it, 6 diamonds should be the contract, because if you bid for no trump, you find out your partner has one ace, and then you will bid 6 diamonds. So no matter how you look at it, this contract should be 6 diamonds. So a 6 diamond contract with South as the leader, and South is going to lead the Queen of Hearts. There is a slight possibility, because it's 6 diamonds, that they would lead the Ace of Diamonds. Frequently in a slam contract, you cash your ace right away to put the pressure on the opponents so they can't lose another suit as a defensive maneuver. You'll learn that later. But in this case, the Ace of Diamonds is a trick no matter what. That's going to win. It's in the trump suit, so don't lead that. Best lead is the Queen of Hearts. So you're at 6 diamonds. The lead is the Queen of Hearts. And let's look at the 2 hands now. From the point of view of the East hand, and we're going to be counting losers, we have no losers in spades. We have 1 loser in hearts. We have 1 loser in diamonds, and we have no losers in clubs. Everybody can see how we're counting these losers now, because at this point, it's, speak up if you're still having trouble counting losers. So our problem is we've got 2 losers. We've got to do something about one of them. One of the losers is the Ace of Diamonds, which no way, no how can we do anything about that one. We're going to have to lose the Ace of Diamonds. So that means that we have to lose no more than 1 heart. So what is our plan going to be? We need to get rid of a heart loser. How can we get rid of a heart loser?
The spade, the extra spade.
Yes, we have an extra winner in spades. We have, not only do we have no losers in spades, we actually have an extra winner in spades. So we can toss a small heart on the 3rd winning spade. But what order do we need to do things in?
Well, first play the Ace of Hearts on the Queen, right?
Definitely, because you can't afford to lose a heart. So you must play the Ace of Hearts first. And then what do we do next?
The 5 to the Ace of spades.
So you're not going to draw your trump first?
You have to get rid of that loser.
Very good. You must get rid of that loser before you draw your trump, particularly because you know that they are going to win with the Ace of Diamonds as soon as you lead diamonds, and then they'll lead a heart. Because you're missing the king. So, and you know that the person that led the Queen should also have the Jack. So you know that the king must be in the north hand. So yes. So you're going to play a small spade to the Ace of Spades, and then play the Queen of Spades back to the dummy hand and overtake it with the King of Spades, and then play the Jack of Spades and throw a little heart on it. Now you've gotten rid of your little heart. All your clubs are good, so that's not a problem. And now you lead a diamond, lose the Ace of Diamonds, and you have all the rest of the tricks. Is this good for everybody? Questions?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right, let's go on to the next one, which is on page 284. On page 284, The dealer here is East. East passes. Then look at the South hand. South has 13 high card points. And so they open one club. West passes. And then it comes to the North hand. North has 15 high card points. So right away, North knows they should be in at least game, right? But we don't know
So-
what game.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
So why is East bidding one club to go up the line or what?
No,
No, South is bidding one club. South is bidding one club because they do not have enough to bid one no trump, our first choice. They don't have a 5-card major, our second choice. And so the last choice of an opening bidder is open your best minor suit. So that's why
Okay.
they open one club.
I was in the wrong place. Okay.
Okay, yeah, we're deal 2, page 284.
Yeah.
So now we're looking at the North hand. South has opened one club. So North, first requirement is to bid a 4-card major if you have it. And if you have 2 4-card majors, which one do you bid first?
The lower.
The lower. You go up the line if you have 4-card majors. If they had 2 5-card majors, they bid the higher one first. But the rule is you go up the line. And so they bid 1 heart. Now, if you're looking at your book, you'll see that the recommended bid in the book is 1 diamond. And 1 diamond is going up the line, but 1 diamond is kind of, we don't teach that. That's really beginner bridge. We already have taught you guys that you prefer to bid a major suit. So this 1 diamond, don't pay attention to the fact that they said 1 diamond, okay? The 1 heart is the good bid because we always prefer the 4-card to bid the 4-card major. And so you skip, I skip even 5-card minor suits to bid a 4-card major suit. So the correct bid is 1 heart. And then it comes back down to South. Can South support hearts?
No.
No, but they can bid a spade, right? We're still at the
Right.
1 level, so bidding a new suit at the 1 level doesn't really say you've got extra points. You might, but it doesn't promise it. So South just bids 1 spade. West still passes, and then it comes back to the North hand. What is the North hand going to bid now?
4 spades.
4 spades is fast arrival, so you don't want to do fast arrival.
4 spades would be partner, good. We've got a fit in spades. I'm going to bid. I know we've got a game. I'm going to bid game. That means that I've got about 13 to 15 points. That's what 4 spades would mean. But notice in that North hand, although they have 15 high card points, they get to revalue that hand because they have that singleton 5 of clubs, which is worth 3 extra points. So that hand is now worth 18 points. And 18 points plus the minimum of 13, which you know partner has, you're in slam territory. So you need to make a bid that invites slam, that asks partner if they're interested in going to slam. So what do you think that bid could be?
3 spades.
Well, 3 spades would just be game invitational.
Would it not be, do you only use that 3 spades if you play 2 over 1?
No, no, even in 2 over 1,
Haven't you found your fit?
you have found your fit. And so if you're playing control bids, you could bid the next control up the line.
Okay,
But we're not playing control bids here, so we don't have that option.
okay.
And we're
So
not
you
playing
could
2
play
over 1
no-
either.
For no trump, then pass for aces.
Yeah, you could ask for aces. You could ask for aces. The interesting thing about this one, if you do that and you ask for aces, you will find that you're only missing 1 ace. And so you go ahead and go to 6. But look at hearts. We're missing the ace, king of hearts. And so all they need to do is figure out, they're on different sides, so they've got to find it, but they're very likely to be cashing the first two heart tricks.
So you
The
just
book recommended bid, and a good bid no matter, would be 5 spades. Because 5 spades says, partner, I can see slam if you are anything beyond your minimum opening bid. The more points you have, the less you have to worry about the aces being out, because there shouldn't be that many points to have 2 aces out. That would be 8 points for 2 aces. If you know you have 32 points or 33 points, it's hard for them to have 2 aces. They could, they might, but it's hard. So that's why 5 spades is a pretty safe bid to encourage slam. It says, I can't go to slam by myself, but if you have anything beyond your minimum opening bid, bid 6. Well, in this case, he doesn't have a dib of anything over his opening bid. He just got 13 points. So he's going to pass 5 spades, and you would wind up at 5 spades. If you're playing control bids, after the bid of 1 spade by the south hand, the north hand, a problem with that is north has to first show support for spades. And so you can't really do the control bids, because you can't just bid 2 spades. That's really limiting your hand. You can't bid 3 spades. That's limiting your hand. If you bid 4 spades, you've said, I'm not interested in slam. So in this particular case, control bids don't even help us. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if we were playing them, which we aren't. So 5 spades is a good bid here, and they've avoided the pitfall of playing a 6 spade bid and losing the ace, king of hearts right off the bat. So 5 spades is a good bid.
Sally,
Yes.
what do you mean by control bid, please?
You don't learn them in beginning bridge, but once you are playing at a little bit higher level, once a trump suit is agreed on, in general, there are exceptions to this because of other things you may be playing, but in general, if you bid a new suit after your suit has been agreed on, you're usually bidding a control in that suit, which means I have the ace if you're bidding first round controls. Some people bid first or second round controls, so that the bid of a suit would mean you have either the ace or the king small in the suit. You have a protected king in the suit, so you could at least win the second round with your king. That's what control bidding is. And people that play, and you guys, as you're getting, because everybody that's in this class is moving beyond just beginner bridge, quickly as you move beyond beginner bridge, you should start adding a couple of things to your bridge toolkit. One of them is Jacoby 2 no trump, which is a response to an opening of one of a major. And the second thing is 2 over 1. If you're playing either one of those things, you use control bids all the time. But basic bidding, you don't use them too much. But that's what a
Thank
control bid is. All righty, so we're going to be playing 5 spades here. West is going to be on lead, and West is going to lead the ace of diamonds, ace of hearts, ace of hearts. They really have, if you look at the West hand, we'll learn in the fence class about leads, but they really don't have any other good lead here, and they are high enough, they are past a game to 5 spades, that we kind of play it like they're playing a slam bid. So we'll lead our ace of spades, ace of diamonds first.
Ace of hearts.
Ace of hearts,
Ace
thank you
of
very
hearts.
much, you're paying attention. Lead the ace of hearts first. If you lead the ace of hearts, that promises the king of hearts or a doubleton. Because if you lead an ace, that's what it means. Or unless it's your partner's suit, or unless it's no trump. But anyway, so they lead the ace of hearts. So let's look at the north-south hands. We're going to be playing 5 spades. How many losers are there in spades?
None?
None.
Losers in hearts?
Two,
Two.
Two.
Losers in diamonds?
none.
None?
None. And losers in clubs?
None?
None.
No, we have to look at it
But
from
you
the
count
point of
those
view of declare.
two.
We've got two losers in clubs, the 10 of clubs and the 8 of clubs. But, and that's too many losers, right? That's 2 hearts and 2 clubs.
Yeah.
So what can we do anything about the heart losers?
No.
Really, no.
No. Can we do anything about the club losers?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes,
What can we do?
we can trump it and dummy.
Right. We can trump twice and dummy. Right?
Right?
Yeah,
Do we have an alternative?
no,
Is there anything else we could do?
no.
Look at that diamond suit.
Oh, what about the Jack of Diamonds?
Yeah, we have an extra winner in diamonds. Because we have no losers, but we actually have 4 winners if you count both sides. So we can trump 1 club and we can throw 1 club on a diamond. And the advantage of doing that is that we have a 4-4 trump fit. Well, that means if the split is bad at all, you're going to have to use all of your trump to draw trump in. So at least this way, it gives you an option of getting rid of 1 on diamonds and 1 on clubs. Okay, so you conserve your trump that way. Okay, so then how are we going to play this? Are we going to draw our trump first?
No,
No.
Okay. The first thing that's going to happen is they're going to play the ace of hearts and we're going to lose the ace of hearts. And then they're going to lead a little heart back and their partner is going to win with the king of hearts. And then they are going to return the heart lead to their partner. The reason they're going to return the heart lead to the partner is they know their partner is out of hearts. How do they know their partner is out of hearts?
well, they have the king and queen and probably a top of a doubleton.
Yes. Partner had to have been a doubleton because they led the ace and I have the king in my hand, so I know they didn't have the ace king. So they'll lead another heart so that their partner can trump. However,
Yeah.
you can trump.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
So
10.
you will trump that trick.
They won't have any hearts.
And
Yes,
then,
So you won't have any hearts.
and then what are you going to do?
You're
So
gonna trump with the
10.
10,
Yeah, this is a
Go
good
ahead.
point. What are you going to trump with?
the 10.
The 10,
10,
Why?
because you can see that they don't have any.
Otherwise, they can over trump.
Right. You have the ace, king, queen, jack, 10 of hearts. So you don't need all of those high hearts. So there's
Spades.
no spades. I'm sorry, guys.
Hearts?
You don't need all those high spades. So don't run the risk of getting over trumped.
10.
So go ahead and trump with either the 10 or even the king. It doesn't make any difference because you've got winners on the other side. So win it high. And then what are we going to do?
are going to go over using the diamonds. And you're going to play the 5 of diamonds. And you're going to take it with the queen. And then you're going to play a club. And then you got to get back over. So you can get back over with diamonds again.
Well, that's a plan, but that's a little bit risky because look, you've got 7 diamonds. They've
Yeah.
only got 6. They're most likely split 4-2. So until you pull your trump, it's a little risky for you to play any diamonds.
Mhm.
We do want to
Maybe
play
play
them.
the
What about the club?
Play your club.
Yeah, play the ace of clubs and then trump a little club.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have to do that anyway, right?
Yeah.
So trump a little club. That's the only trump we need to do because we're going to throw the other club on the diamond because that's safer. So now once we've done that, we play the ace of clubs, then we just play a little club and trump it. So that's taken care of one loser in clubs, and we know we can get rid of the other loser on diamonds. So now we can draw the rest of our trump first.
Right.
Or second. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And see, that protects us against a 4-1 split. We don't have it here. If you can protect yourself against a split, bad split, do that. And if you can do that without running the risk of anything, do it. So that helps us to do that, to do it that way. And then we can still do what Debbie was saying, play the lead to the queen of diamonds, then lead back to the good diamonds, and then play that last club on the fourth winning diamond.
No, you don't.
Okay. All right, that's that.
Mhm.
Let's look at page 286.
After you play the 5 club. After you've written, then you let it go.
That one in here.
286, the bidding here is not too interesting. It's just west bids 1 spade, east bids 2 spades, west bids 4 spades. So the contract is 4 spades. West is the declarer. North is on lead. North is going to lead the king of diamonds because we like to lead touching top of a sequence, touching honors if we have them, because it promises the honor below. So king of diamonds. So let's look at the 2 hands together. How many losers do we have in hearts, spades? How many losers in spades?
This is probably,
You're missing the jack, missing the queen.
Right.
Three,
But
but if you have a 3-2 split, then you should only lose 1.
yeah, we should only lose 1.
Yeah.
Could lose 2, but that would be bad luck. Should just be 1. How many losers do we have in hearts?
None.
None.
One.
How many losers in diamonds?
1,
Yeah.
One.
And losers in clubs?
1.
1. So we've got 3 losers. How many losers can we have?
3.
We can afford 3.
3.
So we're okay. Okay,
Yeah.
we don't have more losers than we can afford. So usually when we don't have more losers than we can afford, we go ahead and draw our trump first. Do you think we should do that in this case?
Mm, she said, yeah, no. No. I don't know. I think I'll have low.
You have to be careful about entries to dummy. Yeah. But I think it's going to be okay.
Well, we don't need to worry too much about entries to dummy because we don't have to get to dummy because we only have 3 losers. So
Yeah.
we don't need to develop anything. So we're it's a good thought, but in this case, we don't need it. So so let's go ahead and draw our trump first here because there's not a reason not to. And we run into troubles if we don't do it first. If we have to not do it first, for a reason, we don't. But here, there's really no reason not to do it. So we play after they lead the king of diamonds, and they win that first one. So we lose the diamond that we're supposed to lose right off. Then they're going to lead another diamond, which will trump. Then we'll play the ace of spades, and then we'll play the king of spades, and they will follow to each one. So we play the ace of spades and they throw 2. We lead to the king of spades and they play 2 little ones. Now the queen of spades is out. It's left over. So the question is, do we draw a 3rd round of trump to knock the queen out?
no,
Why not?
don't want to spend 2 of my trump to get their trump,
Yeah, why do that? Because they're going to get the queen at some time.
no matter what.
And do we have any problems if we draw the queen, if we draw the queen and use one of our trump to do that, we're only going to have one trump left over. So we can only stop them from leading diamonds one more time. And they would be winning too many. We can't afford to lose another diamond trick. So we have to leave that queen out there so we can hold on to a trump so that they can't lead cash any more diamonds, because we can't afford to lose any more diamonds. So we just let the queen stay out there. We play the ace, king, queen of hearts. We play a small club and let them win it with the ace. And then we cash the rest of our clubs. Whenever they take the queen, it doesn't make any difference. Some point in there, they're going to take, when you're playing the clubs, they'll trump the second. After they win the ace, then they'll be trumping the third club. But you have your contract at that point. Okay. All right. Let's skip on over now to the end of chapter 8, because the end of chapter 8 talks about this whole chapter is talking about planning and the order you do things in and how you pick which thing you're going to do. And we talked some about that in this last section of hands. This summary is on page 320. And one of the things it mentions here is, and I think we talked about this when we were talking about probabilities and in finessing, but one of the rules you need to know and remember about finessing is with 8 ever, with 9 never. And that means if you have the ace and king of a suit and the queen is missing, the question is, do you play the ace and then the king and hope that the queen drops? Or do you finesse and try to see if you can, you know, get the queen to not be a winner by finessing? Like you have the jack on the board, you play that and finesse. So, and the answer to that question is if you have 8 in a suit, you finesse. If you have 9 in a suit, you play for the drop. So with 8, you ever finesse. With 9, you never finesse. So you just need to remember that rule. The reason for that is that although when you have 9 cards in a suit, they're more likely to break 3-1 than 2-2. It's only a little bit more likely, first. And second, in the situation where you've got 4 of them, the queen could be the one that falls. So either it's going to fall because it's 2-2, which is 50-50, or there's a chance that it'll fall because it's a singleton and there's 3 on the other side. So that gives you a little bit more than 50% advantage of if you've got 9 cards. But if you've only got 8 cards out, it's not likely to fall. So then you go with your 50-50 chance of it being on the right side so that you can finesse. So you need to remember that rule. Then it gives you some guidelines down at the bottom of page 320 about how to decide what you're going to do. When you have to, we've decided that we need extra tricks. We've decided how to get the extra tricks. And then sometimes there are different ways that we could get the extra tricks, and we need to decide which way is the better way to go. And this chapter talks about that. First of all, it says, go for the sure thing. So if you think that you know for sure how something is going to work out, don't play for a finesse, for instance, which is a 50% shot, or don't play for the fact that you can develop an extra card in length if things split 3-2. Don't try that if you've got something that's pretty sure. So go with the sure thing first. The second thing is go for the right number of tricks. So make sure you count. I did a mentoring session with a group every Sunday morning. We just played this morning. And in one of those, he was playing 3 no trump and he had 9 high card tricks off the top, but he went for a finesse and diamonds. And when he finessed, luckily because another suit was already set up. Luckily, the finesse was off, so or on for him, so it worked. But if that finesse had been off, the person that would have taken the trick had a lot of other cards in another suit that he would have cashed, and they would have gone down for no reason. When they have the right number of tricks,
Just go.
don't try something else unless you can keep control. Now, if you're playing duplicate, and a lot of you guys are playing duplicate, and you know me, I totally recommend that you play duplicate. It's a lot better game. The social game is fun, but it challenges you more to play duplicate, because in duplicate, it's not just making your contract. Making an extra trick sometimes really makes a big difference. So if that's the case, sometimes in duplicate, we do take a little bit more chances, because, you know, just looking at the fact that we have 9 tricks at a 3 no trump contract, and everybody's going to make 9 tricks, then do we want to be with everybody else and at least be assured of a medium score? Or do we want to take a chance and maybe get a really high score while taking a chance of not getting our 9 tricks and getting a really low score? So those are the kind of things you think about in duplicate. So anyway, if you've got the right number of tricks,
Just
stick with
take.
the right number of tricks. Take your winners and run. The next thing is, if there's only one way to do it, you
Do it.
know, go with that way. If there's something that has to happen, even though it's unlikely, if you need to have a 3-2 split in your trump suit to make a contract, then go ahead and play like it's a 3-2 split. And there's no way to protect against a 4-1, and you've got to have it. That's just what you have to do. Don't go to something that's more risky when it's really unlikely, when there's really only one thing that's going to work. And then the last thing is go with the odds. And that's why it's helpful to have a feeling for the odds. And why I told you early on that at least knowing the odds of when you have 8 in a suit, what the split is, and 9 in a suit, what the split is, helps you quite a bit, because those are the most common situations where you have to make a decision. And that's why knowing things like with 8 ever, with 9 never, even if you don't know the percentages, you know what the odds are for you to do. So the hands that are at the end of this chapter are very good with looking at this kind of thing. So let's look at the first one, which is on page 330. On page 330, North is the dealer, and North has 10 points, and they pass. Then East bids, and look at East's hand. East has 7 hearts, 3 of the top 5, and less than an opening hand. So they are going to do a preemptive bid of 3 hearts. So they open 3 hearts. Look at the South hand. South has 14 high card points, 2 extra for length and spades, a beautiful spade suit. So they're going to overcall 3 spades. If you overcall with a preemptive bid, it usually means you have a 6-card suit and a stronger hand. You wouldn't overcall a 3 heart suit with 13 points and 5 spades, you know. But with this strong of a hand, you do that. West is then going to pass. And then look at North's hand. North has 3-card support for spades, and North has 10 points.
And an outside suit
So what does North do?
for spades.
4 spades, yeah. Because South should have 15, 16 points at least. Good spade suit, you should be good at 4 spades. So the opening lead, then we're playing 4 spades. South is the declare. The opening lead comes from the West hand. And what are they going to lead out of that hand?
Heart.
A heart. Thank you. They are going to lead what their partner bid. So they'll lead, and it's a doubleton, so you lead the higher of a doubleton. So they lead the 4 of hearts. So let's look at the 2 hands. How many losers do we have in our spade suit?
Lot.
None.
None.
Got all the spades. How about hearts?
2.
Gonna lose 2 in hearts, no matter what we do, we're losing 2 in hearts. In diamonds, how many losers do we have?
1.
1. And in clubs, how many losers do we have?
2.
2. So we've got 2 hearts, 1 diamond, 2 clubs. That's too many. That's 5. We can only lose 3. So what are we going to do?
We're gonna try to throw some of the club losers on the diamonds if it works out, like playing playing from the low diamond to the board and hoping that the king is on the west side.
Okay, so first we're going to finesse diamonds. Okay, that's one that might get rid of 1 loser in diamonds. Okay, then what else?
Well, if that works and you take it with the queen, play back the ace and void yourself in diamonds in the south hand,
Mhm.
and then you can trump a diamond suit.
Okay.
I mean, a diamond lead.
Do you guys see that? You can pull your diamonds in by trumping diamonds. And that's going to be promoting your, or getting you length tricks from your diamond suit, which is what you can use to throw 2 other clubs on. Okay. Is there any problem with leading diamonds though, or making that diamond suit good?
Kings out.
Transportation. to the
Transportation.
board.
And what is the issue there? How can you get back to the board after you have trumped your diamonds?
The jack of spades.
The jack of spades. You need to make sure not to play the jack of spades because you have to get back to that board. So your whole plan falls apart if the jack of spades goes away. So you have to hope for 2-2 in your spade, for 2-2 split in your spades. Because if it's 3-1, you're going to have to pull trump 3 times, or else you'll leave that jack of spades over there and hope that you can over trump if the diamonds are not split well. So they have led and so that's our plan then. Our plan is that we need to get rid of 2 clubs by throwing them on diamonds, and we need to both take the finesse in diamonds and trump some diamonds to be able to throw those 2 clubs away. So does it make a difference what order we do things in? Is there a reason not to draw trump first?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to leave your jack on the board,
Yeah.
then
Some extras.
Yeah,
you should only,
that's
you should only
true.
draw trump twice. If you
Yeah.
want to leave your jack on the board.
Exactly. Well, is there a reason not to draw trump twice? Let's put it that way then.
Oh, okay. No.
No.
Right. So let's go ahead. Our plan then will be, we'll draw at least 2 rounds of trumps, but we need to keep the jack of spades over there. Then we will play the ace of clubs. Finesse for the diamonds, or actually better not play the ace of clubs first. Finesse the diamond, and it's going to win.
Mhm.
So we'll win with the queen. Then we'll play the ace of diamonds.
Diamonds.
Then we'll lead a diamond back
Yeah.
and trump it.
Trumpet.
Okay. And now all the diamonds have been pulled, because when the first round, there's 6 out.
Yeah.
Okay? The first time when we led diamonds, they both played for the finesse. The second time when we led the ace of diamonds, they both played. And the third time we led diamonds and trumped it, they both played diamonds. It was a 3-3 split in diamonds. And so that leaves you 2 more good diamonds, luckily, because then you can throw those 2 clubs on the 2 diamonds. Then you can cash your ace of clubs. And when you drew trump, you only had to draw twice. So your jack of spades is still sitting there because
Then you get back over to your board.
they were
with
split.
jack of spades.
Does everybody see our logic of how we did that?
Mhm. Yes.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Start.
All right, let's look at the next one then, page 332. In this case, we've got another opening preemptive bid. Look at the south hand. East is the opening dealer and east passes. But the south hand has 9 high card points, 7 diamonds. So they've got 9 high card points plus 3 for length. Now, this is one that's kind of on the cusp to me. They recommend doing a preemptive bid of 3 diamonds. However, you've got 12 points, 9 high card points plus 3 for length. And, you know, I frequently open those 1 diamond. So 1 diamond wouldn't be a bad opening bid there. But if you use the rule of 20, I don't know if you've heard of that, but that's a rule you can use to open. It says take the number of high card points and the length of your 2 longest suits. And if that equals 20, you can open. Well, here you've got 9 high card points and the 2 longest suits total 10. So that would be 19. That's a little bit short of the rule of 20. So that's why 3 diamonds is probably the best bid here. But those of you that would have opened 1 diamond, I wouldn't have complained about it. Okay, so the opening bid is 3 diamonds. And then look at the west hand. West has 13 high card points and 4 cards in 3 of the suits and a singleton diamond. So what can West bid, if anything?
Double.
A takeout double.
Mm.
That shows opening points and cards in the other 3 suits. And so that they double. North passes. Now, East is obliged to bid because their partner did a takeout double, so they must bid something. They've got 10 high card points plus really 2 revaluing as dummy because they've got 2 doubletons. So they've got at least 11 or 12 points, depending on how you want to count it. They know their partner has 13. And so, and they've made them bid. So, and they would have to bid 3 spades with just a minimum hand. And they've got a lot more than that. So they need to bid 4 spades. Does that make sense to everybody? They can't pass. And so 4 spades is the best bid. So this is playing 4 spades. The opening lead is going to be by South. And what do you think they would lead out of that?
South preempted. 3 diamonds. North.
Ace of diamonds.
Ace of diamonds.
Why not? Knowing his partner has
Okay, so
something.
they're going to lead the ace of diamonds.
Well,
And now let's look at the east-west hands. East-west is playing 4 spades. From the point of view of East, the declare, how many losers are there in spades?
None.
None.
And in hearts?
Wes got it.
2.
2.
2, maybe 1, probably 2. In diamonds?
1.
Well, 2
Two.
from the
Two.
point of view of the East.
2.
hand. And
Let's
in
see.
clubs?
1.
1.
Could be 2. Okay,
West.
we've got at least 5 losers here.
We just let him have it.
Sally, why would there be 2
Well,
losers
you've
in
got the
diamond?
ace and the king for sure,
Mm.
but then you've got 2 other cards on each side. So the jack may be good, but you could also lose 2 tricks.
No, I'm talking about diamonds. Why are there 2 diamond losers?
Because you have, there's one there, because you've got 2 losers in the hand, your ace and the king can both be winners. Now, your plan can be to get rid of one of those losers by trumping and dummy. But when you count the losers, you have to count 2 losers in diamonds. You don't have a winner in diamonds unless you trump the second diamond.
Yeah, okay. She's talking about- yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what is our plan going to be here? What do we need to have happen?
Well,
Well, we know we can get rid of a diamond, right? As
Mhm.
Christiane's already pointed out,
All
that,
right.
yeah, we can trump a diamond. So that's one loser we can get rid of. What
And
else?
we need to take a low club to it's the king and hope to finesse the queen.
Okay. So yes, we might make the jack of clubs good by finessing. And if we make the jack of clubs good by finessing, not only would we get rid of one loser that way, we'd get rid of that other possible loser because we'd probably have the 4th club be good.
Yep.
If the jack of clubs holds. Because see, we've got 8 clubs. So unless there's a 4-1 split, clubs should turn out, if the finesse is on, we should have 4 club winners. And that would get rid of the losers then that we're worried about. So they're going to lead the ace of diamonds, and then they can see that that's the only diamond on the board. So they're not going to continue in diamonds. So what is the next thing that they're going to lead?
Jack of Hearts.
The jack of hearts. And when they lead the jack of hearts, that kind of eliminates the possibility of you being able to get the king of hearts unless, well, they couldn't, if they lead the jack of hearts, you know the ace queen is in the north hand. Because why would they lead the queen if they had the ace, the jack, if they had the ace or the queen? They wouldn't. So immediately, you know, your king is dead.
Yeah.
So you're going to lose 2 heart tricks. So now, after we get back in the lead, because they're now going to take their 2 heart tricks, they've now got 1 diamond and 2 hearts. We can't lose anymore. So whatever they lead, we're going to win it. And then do we draw our trump next?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because trump isn't our problem. We got plenty of trump and we've got high trump. So draw your trump in because there's no reason not to. And then you can go ahead and rough that diamond loser you've got. Once you've pulled your trump, and that gets rid of the diamond loser. And then you can attack clubs. And clubs just has to work. It's the only way you can make the contract. It's got to work. So how will we play that club suit?
Lead the queen and try to finesse the king.
No, in clubs, we don't have the queen. We're worried about the queen. So do we play the
Oh, I'm
ace
sorry.
and then the king and hope the queen will drop? Or do
Yeah, I
we
was
finesse
thinking-
for the queen?
I was thinking we were north, south, but we're
We're
east, west,
east-west.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
so from east-west point of view, where do we hope the queen of clubs is?
In the north hand.
In the north hand. We want it to be in front of the jack.
The finesse for the queen and clubs.
So how are we going to play that club suit?
Low,
From where?
The
west.
4 from the west hand towards the jack in the east hand.
That's correct.
Right.
But look what else we have in the club suit. The ace of clubs.
We have blanks.
Is there a reason not just to cash that ace of clubs first?
Entry.
Does that impact anything?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to get back over there.
Well, you can get back over there with a spade.
Yeah.
You're right. If you had to finesse twice, yes,
They're 3-2, and you can only, they'll be void in clubs.
they'll be void in clubs, but we don't care because we've drawn trump.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
have to worry about them running out of anything. There's really no reason not to draw the ace of clubs. And the benefit of drawing the ace of clubs is that makes the tighter on them being able to hold up on the queen. And the queen might even fall. You might be lucky enough it just falls. That wouldn't be too lucky though. You'd get it, but then you would also have a bad split if that's the case. So, but cash the ace of clubs. Then play a small club, and we are going to finesse. This is 8 ever, 9 never. So cash the ace of clubs, play a small club,
Hopefully they play second.
and they are going to play low,
Yeah,
and you play the jack.
yeah. And then your king will take the queen.
Yes, and then you cash your king of clubs. It has to take the last club trick so that you'll have those other 2 club tricks to be good. So you won't lose any club tricks. And the split had to be 3-2, and the queen had to be in the north. But that's what you got. So you're living right. Okay, there's just one more I want to look at, and this is page 334. Because they were talking about preemptive bidding in this chapter, we've got another preemptive opening. South is the dealer, and South is going to open 3 clubs. And then look at the West hand. They've got 10 points. And so over 3 clubs, they're just going to pass. And North is going to pass. And then look at the East hand. So far it's gone 3 clubs, pass, pass. The East has 15 high card points and cards in every suit. They've got 2 4-card majors and just 2 clubs. So they're going to double, another takeout double. So it should go 3 clubs, pass, pass, double. South passes. Then look at the West hand. It's kind of like the hand we had before where they've got 10 high card points. They've got a good spade suit. So they're going to bid 4 spades.
Of course.
They would bid 3 spades if they had nothing.
Yeah.
So they bid 4 spades. So this contract is 4 spades. And the dealer is North, and East is the dummy. West is the declarer.
Yeah.
So North is going to lead what?
Small club.
They'll lead the 8 of clubs. You lead the top of the doubleton, but you
Yeah.
do lead your partner suit for sure. So they're going to lead the 8 of clubs. So let's look at these 2 hands from the point of view of West. How many spade losers do you have?
None,
And heart losers?
None.
None.
none,
Yeah. And diamond losers?
You have
possibly 2.
Possibly 2. And club losers?
2.
2.
Definitely 2. Yeah. So that's 4. And we can only afford to have 3. So what are the ways that we could eliminate one of the losers?
If you take out the hearts, you'll have 1 extra heart left.
Okay.
So you
But
can,
that, so if you get a 3-3 split, that would work.
right,
What are the chances of a 3-3 split? Do you know?
no,
About 35%.
okay.
And what's the other way?
The diamond finesse.
Right. And what is the diamond finesse chances?
50-50.
50-50. Okay. So we've got a 50-50 chance and a 35% chance. Okay. If we take, though, the 50-50 shot first, which might lose, will we get into any trouble anywhere?
No, because we can stop it with the ace of diamonds. If we lose if the
Well-
king is in the south hand and we lose the diamond queen, then if they lead it again, we can stop it with the ace.
Yes, but then if they lead it again, we lose a diamond, or we're gonna have to play a diamond and lose it.
Well, we will try to find something else.
Well, I guess my point is this. Although the heart situation is not likely, it's only a 35% chance, couldn't we try that first?
Mhm.
Because we've got the ace, king, queen, so we could see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, this is kind of the idea of when you've got options, decide which ones you're going to try first, you know, and what you're going to try. If we try the hearts, which isn't a good likelihood, but if we try the hearts, if we play the ace and then the queen and then the king, if they follow 3-3, our fourth heart is good, and then we don't have to worry. Because then we've got a fourth trick. So there's no reason not to do that. No reason not to try it. And in this case, does it work?
No.
No, because it's 4-2. But there's no reason not to do it. So then you have to take the diamond finesse. And luckily the diamond finesse is on. So you draw your trump. They're going to get their 2 clubs
Mhm.
right off the bat. Then you're going to play your 3 hearts and see that they don't split. Well, first you draw your trump because there's no reason not to. Then you play your 3 hearts. Then you finesse for the queen, for the king. The queen does win. Then you cash your ace of diamonds. Then you only have the 1 diamond loser to worry about because you can trump the last heart.
Yeah. It's not easy.
Does everybody understand this? I mean, it's hard to see. I know you have to go through a lot of iterations to get this, but you are seeing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I now deem you totally knowledgeable in play the hand.
Thank you, Sally.
A lot
Thank
of you
you.
coming into the defense class, so I look forward to seeing a lot
Yeah.
of you guys next week. So
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Sally.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's
Bye-bye.